Monday! What is crack-a-lackin', homies? That'll never fucking be not funny to me. Hello! I am so freaking tired. My god. Yeah. Oh dear goodness. Also, wait, do I have to... let me try this. Please, chat, please work. Okay. Hello, and Mania, also hello, welcome in. God, I am so tired. I did not sleep well today, or last night. I think the problem is I went to bed on an empty stomach. Like, I went to bed hungry, which is, like, you're not supposed to do that, and I usually don't, but it was like 3:30, and at that point I wasn't hungry. Even though I should have probably known because I hadn't eaten in like a long time since then, but anyway. Yeah. I went to bed at like 4, then had trouble falling asleep. Probably didn't sleep until like 5, honestly. I didn't check, but it's very likely. Then I woke up at 8 a.m. and fell back asleep and woke back up sometime later around 10 or something, and then fell back asleep and repeat for like another 3 to 4 times until eventually it was 11:30-ish. And then I was tired. And then I had to get up because we had to take our dogs to the vet. So fun times. Fun times. Oh dear god. But anyway, hopefully my current state will not affect this stream too much, apart from the occasional complaint from me. Anyway, I hope everyone else is doing better than I am. Oh god. Anyway, I am actually kind of excited for this week, because today is another Ace Attorney stream. We are going to, hopefully, at least, the plan is to finish case 2 today. That would be ideal, because after today, we are, until the end of this week, or, you know, until next week, going to take a tiny break from Ace Attorney, because on Wednesday, we are going to do something completely different. We're going to do something completely different, which, if you follow my Blue Sky, you might have seen in my my very beautifully drawn up schedule. And if not, Wednesday will be a Yu-Gi-Oh stream. I am going to unleash my inner inner card game nerd. By which I mean I suck at the game, but I love Yu-Gi-Oh. So. And Saturday will be the Pokemon Black, the start of the Pokemon Black Nuzlocke, or soft Nuzlocke. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! For those who don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of my biggest interests since forever, basically. Since I was like 7 or 8 or something. I'm not too big, or like I'm not too big into the no, it's not Duel Links. It's Master Duel. I'm not too big into playing it, but I am a huge fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. All of them. Well, no, almost all of them. I watched the animes up until Vrains. And I stopped there. I stopped there because the later spin-offs or anime, like the later series, don't really catch my attention all that much, at least as of now. But I've watched almost all of the animes up until Vrains. So yeah, love the anime, love these silly little fucks. And I'm not gonna do it alone. It's gonna be a collab with the deer. That is my grandma returning. Anyway, as I was saying, it's gonna be a collab with the deer Libra Themis, Or Libra. Actually, I don't know how her name is pronounced. It's Libra or Libra. Because Libra? I'm gonna have to ask her, actually. I've never said her name out loud. But yeah, it's gonna be a collab. And then, whoops, Saturday will be the start of the Pokemon Black Soft Nuzlocke. Pockets of Phantom Knights deck in real life. My, yeah, like, I'm a casual player with the Dear Grandma. But yeah, I'm a casual Yu-Gi-Oh player. Like, I'm not a meta player. I'm not, like, this just goes for any game I play. I'm not a meta player. I play the decks I like. And in the case of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's the decks I have the most emotional attachment to, thanks to the anime. But yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh was my first special interest, but I didn't go in order, funnily enough. I used to watch on their website all the time with 6 bottles of water as my watch party. Nice. My first Yu-Gi-Oh was, apparently it's pronounced Zale? I always thought it was pronounced Zex. I always thought the X was part of the word. I always thought the X was part of the word, so I always said Zexel. Apparently I've heard people pronounce it Zale, but like the fourth one, the one after 5Ds. That one was my very first Yu-Gi-Oh, I think. Either that or the original, because I think they ran like they ran at the same time back then. Back when I was like 7 or something. Yeah, like started with those two. I never finished the fourth one. I never finished it. I need to do that. But yeah, sometime last year, I just had like this random spurt of motivation to go back and watch the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and I went back and started with 5Ds. I binged that one. Then went to Arc 5, Vrains, and GX. I'm almost done with GX. I finished the other 3. I want to rewatch the original at some point. But yeah. I'm a very big I'm very big on the anime. Not so much on the games, but very big on the anime. I was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh since I was little. Was watching Duel Monsters on TV. Later on started GX and kind of became obsessed with Elemental Heroes. Based. Honestly, I think of my personal favorite, like anime-wise, anime decks, I suppose, are Swords!
Kimch, how you doing?
I'm doing well, mostly. I'm very tired, but hope you're doing well today as well, and thank you for the 100 bits! Welcome in, and welcome Ivy! Just registered for my classes for next semester? Hell yeah! In English it was Zexal, but Zale is the Japanese version. For some reason it drew me and was the most fun I've had in a while. I don't care if people hate it. Listen, apparently people really hate Arc 5, which is one of my personal favorites, so you know what? Honestly, listen. I think all of the, at least up to Vrains, because those are the only ones I've watched, but at least up to Vrains, I think all of the animes are very good. They have their flaws, but in general, all of them are good. People just lack a little bit of media literacy, you know? Like, yeah. I think Zale or Zex, I'm gonna say Zexal. I think Zexal and Arc 5 are definitely the least liked one. I recently found out that apparently people absolutely don't like Yuya, the MC of Arc 5, which is wild to me because I love him. I love him. My least favorite is probably Yuma, because I don't know. There's something. I don't mind the dense and silly and goofy and kind of dumb protagonists, but I feel like with Yuma they're laying it on a bit too thick. I think it's a bit too much for me, but yeah. If it was the old ages, then I'd be burned on a cross for my opinions on shows and games. Listen, I also have a lot of unpopular takes on many series, I feel like. I love Arc 5. It's not the main thing I'm not a huge fan of with Arc 5 is the ending. but I feel like I might have to actually rewatch that, like the last part of Arc 5 at some point to really get a proper opinion. Because I feel like I don't know, I feel like it was a little weird, but maybe I just need to rewatch it once, and maybe something will change, or maybe it'll solidify my opinion, you know? But all in all, I actually do really like, especially the characters. I love the characters in Arc 5. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, I think, the only series to have beloved spin-offs. Honestly, yeah, kind of. Or maybe. Definitely more so than, like, many other games. Really, Hollow? I love that! I love it! I think it's so silly! I love Yuya's fucking, like... his fucking ladies and gentlemen! I love that, it's so cute! I love Yuya in general. I love him. He's one of my favorites. I think my favorite protagonists are... I love Yusei. I think my top 3 would be Yusei, Yusaku, and Yuya, probably. Yeah, I think so. Like, of the, like, main of the Yu protagonists. Huh. I don't know. I never found it annoying. I kind of loved it because I don't know. I really like that. I just like Yuya's bubbly personality because it doesn't feel as it doesn't exhaust me as much, I guess, as Yuma did. It's I think the fact that it's more of an like entertainer ish cheerfulness, you know, that like with Yuma it's just him being himself. With Yuya it's him putting on a performance. So I think that might be why I like it more, because it's on purpose mostly. Your top 3 would be Yusei, Judai, and Yusaku. Honestly, based. I also like Judai a lot. Or Jaden, you know, yeah. Gotta say, Jaden might be the most underrated, yet he has the most gay spin-off. Have you seen Reigns? Genuine question. Have you seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns? Because if we're talking about gay, if we're talking about the homosexuals, then I think there is a winner, but it's not GX. From characters overall, Bakura, Yusei, and Crow. God, I love Crow. I love him so much. Characters overall, honestly, there's so many. Maybe I should do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tier list at some point of like at least the main characters, or at least, you know, like the more notable characters, because there's a lot. And I feel like that would take ages, but at least the more, like, memorable characters. Only thought about it now, but do you have a controller? Because the Yakuza games feel just a bit better to play with controllers. I do. I have a controller. So I'm, if you say they're probably better with controllers, then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use a controller while playing, to play Yakuza. You read the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's manga. Interesting. I've read none of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mangas yet. I should, honestly, because it'll technically... I think for most, if not all of them, none of them really, like, stick to the anime, or I guess the other way around. So it would basically be, like at least partially a new experience. So it might also be worth it. Yusaku's hair just makes me so happy. Genuinely. Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns is... I don't want to go into it too much because of spoilers, but if we're talking about gayness, Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns just went all in. Like, I'm talking like literal love confession all in. It's wild. But in that case, whenever you watch Reigns or whenever you get to it, watch it with the sub. Genuinely. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub, I feel like people tend to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! With the dub, mostly for like nostalgia purposes. But The dub is a beast when it comes to censorship of all sorts and just cutting out major plot points. So, I would highly recommend watching the sub, because especially Rain's got it really bad, where, like, to an extent, they cut out major plot points and motivations of certain characters, which is absolutely wild for, like, no reason whatsoever. But yeah, generally, I personally always suggest the sub, because I don't know, the Yu-Gi-Oh dub just doesn't hit for me, especially if it's like 4Kids or something. Just doesn't hit right. Yeah, like the Yu-Gi-Oh dubs, they got it bad. They got it really bad. Like, I'm not usually like, I do prefer sub in other cases as well, most of the time. But there are good dubs, of course. But in Yu-Gi-Oh's case, like, unless you're watching purely for the nostalgia and you don't really care about the story, the plot, or characters, etc., watch the sub. Watch the sub. There's also a lot of good voice actors, like a lot of like popular voice actors as well, which is really nice. Kaiba and Yami looks canon from the ending. I need to go back and watch the original, honestly. I need to rewatch it. Have you seen Arc 5? There's a few... There's a few dimensions where a bunch of the characters seem gay for one another. I remember, yeah. I remember. I do remember. And yeah, I've mentioned earlier, I love Arc 5. Or maybe that wasn't even directed at me. That might have not even been directed at me. I don't know. The only time I watch dubs is when it's funnier than the sub, like an example of being the dubs of Skate and Sasakito Miyano. Yeah, like there are some dubs that are just genuinely very good. My personal favorite will always be the Nanbaka dub. The Nanbaka dub is so funny. The Nanbaka dub is the first time, and I think the only time probably, I'll ever hear the words delectable twings uttered in an anime. It's so fucking funny. You have a love-hate relationship with Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. I love the anime, but I hate the fact that that specific one introduced rush duels and made it a normal thing. Like, that's where duels stop and rush duels start to become the normal thing. See? Here's the thing. That doesn't bother me because I don't watch the duels. Genuinely, I watch Yu-Gi-Oh! For the story and for the plot and for the characters, so I just skim through the duels and I don't care too much about, like, what exactly is happening. Which is also why I've been able to get through those series as fast as I did. Because I didn't really take in the duels in their entirety. I watched more of them in Arc 5 because they were just more fun, but Reigns, yeah, barely. Unless it was, like, really important, like, emotional duels and stuff, you know? We're not talking about the Ghost Stories dub. The Ghost Stories dub is, it's a dub of all time. Speaking of subs and dubs, most anime I've watched so far have very good dubs. Mob Psycho, Naruto, and Dandadan. I mean, yeah, there are lots of anime that have good dubs. Yeah. I'm very picky when it comes to them, but... Did you even check to see what comes after Reigns? Everything becomes so stupid. I checked it. I think there's, like, what, 2 or 3? I think there's... The only name I remember is Go Rush, I think, is one. And I think there's 1 or 2 more. I have no interest in starting any of those as of now. Because, I don't know, they just don't look that appealing to me. They don't have... I feel like they don't have that, like... I mean, starting with the art style. Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns was the last Yu-Gi-Oh! That had the art style. You know, the sharp and the pointy art style. And after Reigns, it just stopped. Like... I don't know, it kind of, like, it doesn't feel like, it doesn't look like, it doesn't feel like Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know? I might watch it at some point if if I meet someone, or if I know, if someone tells me that it's actually a very good series, I might give it a shot. But as of now, I have no interest. Quick question: will you be playing Ghost Trick? Probably at some point. It looks kind of interesting. It's on the list, yes. I don't know when, but it's on the list for sure. Oh, 1 second. I gotta go get something real quick. Excuse me while my model glitches out as I move around in the background. Let me get my back. Dandadan's English dub is just as good as the sub because the balls jokes are delivered beautifully. Does Gintama have an English dub? It has to, right? Surely it does. I've never seen anyone talk about... Does it? The only reason I'm not sure is because I've never heard anyone talk about the Gintama dub. And that... I only thought of this because you're talking about balls jokes, and Gintama is like the king of dick and balls jokes. Apparently, apparently there is. But I've never seen anyone talk about it. Wow. Interesting. And honestly, if no one talks about it, I'm gonna guess it's not that great. I think Gintama means silver balls. Silver. Kintama would be gold, I'm pretty sure. I think kin would be, or ki, I guess, would be gold, and gin is silver. If I'm not fully mistaken, it's something like that. I'm enjoying the Dandadan anime. Looking forward to episode 7. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna watch probably. I don't think it's my thing. I think it's a little too wild for me personally. Dandadan is something special. I bought the manga a while ago and it fucking killed me. It's one of my favorites and I'm so happy it got an anime. Hell yeah! Nice! But yeah, anyway. We're gonna talk more about Yu-Gi-Oh! On Wednesday, probably. I feel like Wednesday is very likely just going to be Libra and me occasionally actually dueling and just talking, just yapping a lot in between. And chances are we might barely play at all, and it'll just be the game in the background and us talking. But yeah. Anyway, I think we are good to get into the game, because we are about halfway through and I do want to finish it today. Really curious what archetypes you'll be using in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll have to see. What's crack-a-lackin', Wave Master? So what you're saying, it's going to be just like my fanfic reading YouTube channels? Possibly. Looks like I gotta refresh my Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore. Hell yeah. Oh, God. It'll be fun. It'll be very fun. It might be a shorter stream because I'll be starting earlier than usual. I'll be starting 2 hours earlier than normal because our time zones are very different, and when it's 2 p.m. for me, it'll already be midnight for Libra. So we might not go that long, but it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be very fun. Anyway, back to episode 2, the magical turnabout. We are going to continue the first and, as I discovered last stream, only trial of this case. We stopped at the cross-examination of Ratons. Wait, that's the wrong spot. I went back. Wait. Did I not save? I feel like I saved. I feel like I saved. Hold on. Okay, we read this. We read this. Okay, apparently I saved over the last slot where we stopped. Well, we're gonna see it again. It'll never not be funny. I don't know if you know this, but the Zexal manga made You Must Say I Love You romantically to Astral and then it ends. So you're telling me I have to read the manga? So you're telling me I read the manga? Oh, man. Who? I didn't actually. I already got the screenshot off stream, and I even posted it on Blue Sky. Oh, it's so good. But I did turn on the text skip, so we don't have to wait until every single new line plays out. We can just skip past it. Neum. Neum. Nayuta Sadmani. Okay, and we go back, watch the video, yada yada yada. Yeah, people don't really like, or many people don't really like Nayuta, I've seen. Which I guess I partially get because he is a lot more hostile than most prosecutors we've met. And you know, he's not Francisca. Gotta say that too. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay. Yep. After the dragon set piece. Hidden view behind, could've nobody be the wiser. We've read all of this, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we stopped right at the, cross-examination. Oh, I can skip this. Perfect. Whenever I hear Nayuta, my mind thinks of Chainsaw Man. Why? Is there a character named that? Or something named that? Sad fact, when I played Spirit of Justice, Nayuta triggered my cultural trauma. Absolutely not his fault, but it was an experience I did not like. Poor Nayuta. Damn. Yeah, no, that sucks. That does suck. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's a character in manga called Nayuta. Interesting. It wasn't deliberate, I tell you. We'll see about that, good sir. Good luck. Thank you. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together and longer, boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage? Yeah. I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword-swapping scene was cut? That's right. Glad you got the picture. Yeah, nuh-uh. Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Ooh, an objection! How cool! It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from the different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut! There, I got some good stuff there. Mr. Rayton's filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops, my bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, and we're back to 5 lives because I saved over the original slot. But it's fine. Anta! Really? I've never heard anybody say that. It's common knowledge in the TV world. God, I hate you. You got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing? A magic show like that one, anyway. That was ice cold. Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching. You are the worst. You are the worst. Are you saying you thought there were boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic show? You gotta ask, that script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does. What didn't you like about the show exactly? The whole thing. It was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you to... Then why did you... But a show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is. That is, just factually incorrect. Jesus. Is it me or does he kind of sound like Robert Downey Jr.? I don't... That name rings a bell, but I cannot answer that. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash. Get him, Apollo. Hell yeah. I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony. We? I'm sorry, we? Exactly, whether it's showbiz or the legal biz, we do what we gotta do to get the job done. Anyway, editing footage is just a matter of... It's just a matter... Wait, just a matter of course in the TV industry. Five lives is never enough for me. I wish this game had a Konami code or something. In the Iron Man role, you mean? Fun fact. I never watched any Marvel. Just... period. I never watched any Marvel stuff. I never watched any movies, never watched any shows, nothing. I know like the very basics, but that's about all. The beard and expressions kind of give me that I got money, I'm better vibe. I mean, that is true. Wasn't like was done maliciously or something. Mata! It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will toward True Grammary. Huh? What makes you think that? The things that you yourself have said. Yep. Yep. And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time. Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. Oh yeah? Can they? For example, though I bear the defense no ill will, I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer. Oh, fuck you! You bear me no ill will? Could have fooled me! And yet, it is the truth. I am only strict on you as it seems you have strayed from the path. Uh-huh. If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Raytons, please continue. All I know from Marvel is Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. Yeah, like, I know very little. Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot. It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices like which content gets cut. Then let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell ya, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it. Listen, that may be true, but in this case, it's not. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it. Hold on a second there. Hold on a second there. Apparently I can't. Okay, apparently I cannot. But I wanted to. Was that the last statement? I didn't pay attention. Was that the last statement? Wait, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is what evidence that proves it. This? No, that's... We haven't actually read this yet. And there's the... about this. Tray, clipboard, browser mirror open, the corpse appearing somewhere, probably that. I'm gonna sacrifice one here, just because I want to see if there was anything else. Actually, what did he say? What could that possibly prove? But take a good look right here. Wouldn't you agree that it puts you in a bad light? But looking bad and having evil intentions are two entirely different things. Look at me, for example. I'm not evil, but I am a bit of a bad boy. Never say that again. Oh, if I could be a bad boy myself. But bad lawyers get penalties for presenting bad evidence. Yeah, that was my bad. Yeah, I do want to get... Give me all the flavor text. Yeah, there's 2 more lines. Okay, actually, this might just be the same. Whoops. We might just get the prompt again. Okay, apparently... Okay, that's interesting. Apparently, it's just the same. Okay. Whoops. Well, then I guess the last one's probably gonna say the same too, so we're just gonna do this. This should have been a breeze if they just let you view the previous dialogue. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know. I picked the wrong one intentionally to see if we got any more pressing dialogue, but I'm pretty sure it's just the prank script. You shouldn't be allowed to use a phone while giving a testimony. Also true. Pretty sure. Never mind, that's actually not it. Okay. I would... Okay, in that case, it might be the contract. In that case, it might be the contract. We're actually gonna save here. Okay. Wasn't intentional. Enjoy your lurky souls. Fire bucket, grab my notebook. Maybe, but this. I forgot. Bonnie told us something about this, but I forgot. It might be this. It might be the contract. One of the two. The contract? Nope. And would you look at that? We're almost down to where we were earlier. Whoops. Okay. Wait, what did he say? What did he say? Oh, there's no way I'm gonna let it go before, with 365. Okay. Oh, that was new dialogue. Oh shit, that was new dialogue. Objection! Isn't the witness's statement inconsistent with this piece of evidence? No, it is not. No, it is not. Let it go and move on. Okay. Yeah, who needs 5 lives anyway? Okay, so it's not the contract, it's not the prank script. Maybe the poster? Nope. Okay. Okay, we got this one. We had this error dialogue already. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Oh, wait a moment. I think I have an idea. No, I didn't really... But I did. Athena, I did. Okay, wait. It might actually... you got some proof that I held here. No, I didn't mean to consult. I keep pressing the wrong key. No. Wait. Oh, wait, I can't press. Oh, I have to press. Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Like, I actually cannot present anything. I have to press him and then do it. Okay, maybe... Wait. Okay, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it. Okay, let's go through this. The diagram, no. There are traces of blood in one of the coffin's holes. It's possible the blood was placed there after the fact. That wouldn't really connect well. Betty's fingerprints were found on top. No, the bucket. The grammary notebook. That doesn't really prove anything, though. We presented this and didn't work. The script. Contract. Maybe. I'm not crazy, right? I did present the prank plan script. Right? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm positive that I did. Note found in get the video camera after Mr. Maria's comes something out. The clipboard? That's like the only thing that I'm... Oh, apparently, okay. I kind of thought that maybe that would have come later, but okay. Huh? What's that you got there? Apparently that was it. Okay, well, I just wasted 4 lives, but that's fine. We're back. We're back to where we ended, for real this time. This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads: if, through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. $3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum. I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Raytons had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or, more accurately, he conned her into signing it. Conned her? How did he do that? There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign... That was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. That was used by? That was used... Not by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. Now that I think about it, Roger Rotten looks like he belongs to The Sims. You know what? You're kind of right. He does. He actually does. But $3 million? That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Raytons. Where's your proof linking me to that tricked out clipboard? You don't have any, do you? I sure do, and I will confidently present it to you in just a split second. Proof linking me to that clipboard. Where's your proof linking me to that clipboard? We could... Show. Yeah, no, that doesn't show anything about this. I'm a lawyer. Does that count? Maybe Trucy's note? Or the contract. This is a weird part. This is weird. Oh my god, that's it! I'm a genius! You must be quite the conman if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster? I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Oh, it's the oh yeah, because it's exactly the same. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on this contract. Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice, unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitively prove your malicious intent. Nailed it. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in ya. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Na, 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 na. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Raytons. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right? The music ain't stopping, so you got nothing to say. What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right, I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I'd never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show. So I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? He didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Flip this part because it seemed funny? Hell yeah! You still can't send links, unfortunately, but I'll have a look at it later. I'll have a look at it in a bit. I'd like to think Trucy began to sign differently on future contracts because of this incident. I mean, to be fair, even if she only signed it once, it's still like she only signed one thing and they copied it onto multiple things, or at least, you know, one other thing. Huh. Fat chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. Yep. Na 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 na. I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Raytons and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Hidden? Connection? What is it now? Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice? It is futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims. You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously. Well, I really... Very well then, do proceed. Did you figure something out, Apollo? Nope, not a thing. Apollo! What? That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training. He's learning! I hope you know what you're doing. If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Raytons? Okay, give me 1 second here. I have something in my eye. I might have like an eyelash in my eye. I need to get that out. So, excuse me for a moment, and my model's probably gonna start bugging out again. But it's fine. We're fine. Alright, and we are back. Time to save so I can see the funny responses? You know it. Whoops, I am tangling up my headphones, so hold on. One moment. Okay. Let's see. Oh! Well, we're gonna start from the top, because the bottom one is the correct choice, clearly. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Raytons, you ask? Obviously, he's Trucy's biggest fan. Roger Raytons is Miss Wright's biggest fan. Jesus Christ. That's right, huge fan of her, so naturally I don't bear her any ill will or malice whatsoever. Alright, I set myself up for that one. Can we edit that scene out? This isn't the public's court and I'm not Judge Wagner. Okay. Oh god, I almost don't want to choose the second one, but I need to see what they say. Oh god. I don't even like to imagine this, but could it be possible the two of them are dating? If Mr. Raytons and Miss Wright were in a relationship? Oh, that's good. Yes, the viewers love a secret romance to dish out. Yes, Tracy and I love each other so much. She's gonna introduce me to her father sometime real soon. Tracy would never fall for a guy like you. Not in a million years. Mr. Justice, are you aware that you're objecting to your own argument? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but when I saw Mr. Raytons' antics, I just had to speak out. Personally, I can't say that I blame you for wanting to do that, but you're the one who came up with such a disturbing idea in the first place. Okay. That is enough. Yeah, we're, Oh, man. That sleight of hand trick Mr. Raytons did during the recess earlier. What if Mr. Raytons is a magician too? What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me. Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way. That is very vague. But the music still... Never mind the music cut out, we're fucked. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit, he isn't gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Raytons perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it'd be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? If a connection as tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will toward the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? Dude, never call me that again. Dude, shut up. Daily reminder that this game was made in a different country, so some things are weird to say the least. Yeah. Japanese humor. Japanese anime humor. You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Pony? 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. A numbskull for a numbskull! Well, this numbskull has thick skin, so there! Follow. I think I get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it? Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Is he Mr. Reyes? Is he actually Mr. Reyes? No. No way! Is something wrong, Mr. Justice? Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time. I see. Yeah, because Reyes' name is fucking Man of Mystery. Oh! And what sort of evidence do you have for us? Evidence that points to the real killer, the one who had a motive to commit this crime. What? Don't shake your head at me. And what have you come up with this time, defense? Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Gramarye and its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to that one person with a grudge against Miss Wright. It's either the poster or the autopsy. I'm guessing it's the poster. It could also be the notebook, but I'm... Okay. And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice? 13 years ago, the great Mr. Reyes belonged to Troop Gramarye. But then, the troop ousted him, and Mr. Reyes vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir? But Mr. Reyes is the victim, Mr. Justice. You've named the dead man as your suspect. Wouldn't be the first time. But is he really dead? What do you mean, is he really dead? If the fact that Mr. Reyes is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Reyes? What? You mean the victim was an imposter? Not Mr. Reyes? Then what about the real Mr. Reyes? It would mean the real Mr. Reyes is still alive. That's absurd. Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Reyes if not the victim of this case? Do we get a... It's all coming together now. Do we get a... I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case! Oh, not yet, okay. This should explain everything, Your Honor. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Gramarye and wanted to sully its name. The magician lurking in the shadows, who set up a fake Mr. Reyes in his stead. The real Mr. Reyes is Phoenix Wright. I would love if we got individual dialogue for presenting certain characters. That would be very funny. I don't think we do though. I don't think we do. Right? Just checking. Just checking. Just checking. You look like you don't get it, Prosecutor Sanmari. It looks to me as if you are the one who doesn't not get it. Wow, you saw right through that one. You Quirinus monks sure are perceptive. Your Honor, do I have your permission to hasten this foolish lawyer's descent into hell? I wish I could say yes, but I hope this'll do instead. Okay. No new that. Okay, no individual dialogue, because of course not. But that it would have been funny. Bam. But that's... Yes, it is. Roger Raytons is the real Mr. Reyes. Ba-bam. Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seeds sprout naught but meaningless empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even die-hard fans of the genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? Well, I've got proof. I can prove it by proving that the Mr. Reyes in yesterday's magic show was a fake. And to do that, the scars. I just need you to look at this spot on this poster. The scars! This is the injury Mr. Reyes sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However... Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. I thought it was just because of the way his arm was angled. Or because of the way his arm was turned. The video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury. Oh my, you're absolutely right. Now, Mr. Ratens, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is there, by chance, a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Ratens, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now, I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal. There it is. Is this what you were hoping to see? Yes, actually. There it is, the scar! Bam! Just as I thought. Oh, damn! He's, I like this animation. He looks very dapper. That's right, I am the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. Man, it's a cool animation, but it's behind me. Ooh! Damn! Okay, we're gonna, with this nice music, we're gonna take a little break here. A 10-ish minute break. And after that, we are, I have no idea how much longer this is gonna continue, but I'm also gonna go to the menu because the coin flip might get annoying after a while. But yeah. We're going to continue after a short 10-ish minute long break, and ads might be running in the meantime on Twitch. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah. Until then! It does kind of sound like Apollo Justice music. Now that you mention it, it does, kind of. Okay. And we're back. This is a really good song. It is. It's a very good one. Yeah, this is seems to be Roger Rayton's, or as we now know, Mr. Reyes's theme. It's a really good one. Super Nerd, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, we got the coin. Damn. This OST slaps. Can't say this is the case for everyone, but have some reason why this case is so beloved is wait. Some have reasoned why this case is so beloved is because it feels like an Apollo Justice Ace Attorney case. I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. I mean, it definitely is a very it's an Apollo case, you know? It's an Apollo case. So, yeah. I was just scrolling through YouTube when I suddenly saw an anime that's... Oh, you found Bo. I think it's 7 bows, right? Yeah, Bo. Yeah, that one's a classic. I've never actually watched it myself, but Bo is a classic. It's very or maybe not very old, but it's a pretty old one too. Anyway, back to the great Mr. Reyes. Damn. This is totally absurd. He's just flipping that coin. Not gonna lie, I like him way more like this. Like, already? He is way more sympathetic. How ironic, wouldn't you say, that this odious mark carved into me by Troop Gramarye would bring me back into the limelight once more. Strange are the karmic threads before me. If the witness is the real Mr. Reyes, then who is the victim who perished in the magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Reyes, and you killed his ass? In confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle. Oh, there's 2 coins. And when did this man take over for you? About 2 years ago. I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight, courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah, this is not an act. This is not an act. You really had us all fooled. Mr. Raytons, or should I say Mr. Reyes. In your hatred of Troop Gramarye, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery, and then set up Miss Right to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish the Gramarye name. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true, but it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yet she learned the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of these Gramaryes. But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? Yikes, indeed. His head! Not bad! Heh, just kidding. What the heck was that? Heed my words, lawyer lad, for I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough with the ambiguity. Why don't you make your point already? My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Sadmati? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Clap. Recall, defense, that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Raytons was at the Take-Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to. Yeah, that's right, I forgot all about that. So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter? I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi. Very well then, on with the show. Yes, holding fire. Are you watching, Magnifigrammary? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. Pedigree? The Grammary line will be no more. Wally, welcome in! Back from school and a Lady Gaga song was found in the files of Pokemon X and Y. I think I heard about that. He sure has good magic, but can he make a floppy pencil? Okay, my perfect alibi. Let's see here. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is, a simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. I like that his transformation is just his regular clothes, but he wears the sweater like a cape now. Yeah, true. Like, not much changed, except for like his stance and general vibe, but yeah. Nyota is what I imagine people who say they aren't religious but spiritual think they look like. Oh no. Do you understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed the murder? His staff did say he was there at the station. So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi. But that can't be right. If Mr. Raytons is the killer, he'd have to have been at the theater. Maybe Reyes was killed way before. There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I assure you, there are no holes on Mr. Reyes' stage. Whoosh. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape. Trapdoors, you say? Do enjoy my show to the fullest and my real alibi. I feel like the trapdoor was a kind of a hint. But I don't know in what way just yet. But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see, my journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? Allow me a stab at reading your mind. Aha! Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver is a big fan of the ratings, Raj. I even gave him my card, and... See, like this, I hate you. He gave the driver his card? That was very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well that I was doing... what I was doing at the time of the incident. I need to tone his voice down a little bit. It's getting on my... It's getting hard on my throat. I'm sorry, what? Who wears short shorts? Retons wear short. My god. My brain does not comprehend that statement. Time to burn his alibi, indeed. But first, we shall press everything. What was this other TV show you were working on? I'm gonna lean a bit closer and talk a bit more quietly to give my throat a little bit of rest. My own special project, you see. One moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. It's a Ratings Raja special production, yeah! Hang loose, baby! It's called Desperation Regeneration. He switched personas just to say that. Persona. What's the show about? Washed up has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chums who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? Might I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? Shut up! As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. And let the Ratings Raja produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime. You have great reactions, who knows? TV might be your true calling. Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during the Penrose performance. How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well, even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him. He could not have he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you now? Huh. I've got it. Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe. I mean, to be fair, hey. If we can have two twin sisters. Again with the twins business. You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? If you do not believe in defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I am sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. Oh, okay, so we just press. Raytons is the type of guy that gets whacked by the mob because he couldn't pay them back. I played Devil Survivors too, didn't like the gameplay though. Thought it would be the same as Fire Emblem. I've heard of Devil Survivors, but I've never played it. Whoops, I skipped that accidentally. Really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of Your Honor's head. It is? Clap. The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo, Trucy will be thrown in prison and will be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell me some at a good price? I told you I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Justice, you have to figure this out. It's no use. Can't find a single flaw, so what now? Behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr. Reyes, and stay for my grand illusion till the end of... Illusion, you say? Apollo, you thinking what I'm thinking? Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? Uh-huh. Could be. You know what, Mr. Raytons? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has suddenly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad? Have you got something, Apollo? I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says there is really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Raytons' magic, then maybe he made us see something. He's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all of my assumptions about this case. Is it time? What we have been made to believe was... What have we been... Let me try that again. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe... Is it time? Athena? There's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Raytons' alibi. It's too perfect. That's true. It's like it's impossible to break, no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not mistaking any headway here. Nope. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? It's definitely a possibility, but how? But how? Would the defense care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there? Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. Gotta go to class, enjoy the rest of the case. Thank you, and good luck in class! Thank you for stopping by, PSM. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of? This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. I'm gonna see if there's any funny dialogue here. So we're gonna skim through this. Roger Raytons isn't the culprit after all. Wow, let me reduce your agency's debt by 100 bucks. We deserve a bigger reduction than that, buddy. No, of course not. Okay. Funny stuff. I feel like... No, the crime scene was... I feel like the culprit was on the scene is the right one. Yeah, okay. We'll see about the station, Mr. Rage's project, that's the fact. Show. Don't you know it's rude to ask how a trick is done, Prosecutor Sadmati? You're so silly. Okay, yep. Alright. Key assumption we've been wrong for, or wrong about, or we've been taken for granted, whatever. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Ratens' perfect alibi would become irrelevant. Hold on, let that silence linger a bit. How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the footage. But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Well, if it's not the culprit's, then whose is it? I am not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor. During the magic show itself. In that case, please point it out in the show footage for us. This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. Pause. Right? Shadow figures in your state. Right? Well, maybe I should have saved. That's funny. It looked pretty shady to me. Okay, never mind. Now the question is, do we get to replay from that very scene? Guilty as fuck. Retry from the scene. And we open it back up. Where do we start? Where are we? Okay, we're fine. Let's save. Okay, this is the shadow. Wait, it looks especially similar as to the shadowy figure of the culprit. What resembles the shadowy figure seen on stage? Maybe Reyes him, but no, he wasn't in the. That seems to be Mr. Hat. Oh wait. Maybe is it just simple? Like, is it more simple than I'm? Let's go back. Come on. Do we point at this? Okay. We point at the second shadow. Doesn't this shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure? Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Imagine poor Trucy, the only true magician who knows how many times she's been found guilty just for the world to reset on her from a certain point every time. Yeah, it sucks. Miss Wright, could you identify the shadow for the court? Let's see, I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from where he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire. Then, could this shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too? No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there. In other words, this second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure? I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. Yeah, it was obvious. I misunderstood the question. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. He's right. We've come this far. I'll just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadow shown in the footage? The fact that he has... I feel like he has to... Yeah. If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there is only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Reyes. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. The victim. Please take a look at the plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Raytons? Indeed. And what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air. So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says? Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true pièce de résistance. I'm sorry, Apollo doesn't know French. The true pièce de résistance. The true pièce de résistance. The true piece de résistance of the culprit's murderous magic show. Oh, he's sweating. He is sweating. Don't tell me you've got it all figured out? Yes, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Raytons' last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk, just like Mr. Hat, and hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. That sounded good French. Yeah, I was like, pièce de résistance, wait. I feel like Apollo doesn't know French. I feel like Apollo cannot pronounce French words. I feel like Apollo would pronounce French words with like with a native accent. You know, like with an English or Japanese or, you know, whatever accent. So I was like, pièce de résistance. Wait, no. That's too good. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at the time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? I love this OST so fucking much. Oh, that would have been a... But no. No, I don't think so. To falsify an alibi would make sense, yes. Any funny dialogue? Maybe any funny dialogue? Well, let's see. And why in the world would the culprit want to hide the body anyway? Well, you see, you should have had that figured out before you asked. Foiled again. Alright, hit me again, Your Honor. I swear I'll get it right this time. Hold on. I think this might actually be the wrong one. Okay, it's the wrong one, okay. Funny stuff? Anything funny stuff? Well, after being pulled up by the wire, the victim was zipped off to the TV station where Mr. Ratons murdered him. All it would take is a really long wire. Or... Just zip it, Mr. Justice. Judge 1, Justice, zip. Alright, Your Honor. This time, it's for real. I don't know why I don't know why I want to screen that. I don't know why that line is so funny. Okay. Back we go. Murder! Murder! Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die, when he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out these two questions... If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answers should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. Oh. It really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. Oh, that sucks! And straight into a blade there in the catwalk. Oh, that sucks! Also, why is the blade gone? Do you see that? Hold on. Do you see that? The blade, like, the blade fades out. Why? that is a giant, whoops. That is a giant oof. It's a magical blade. You know what? You got me. That's fair enough. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Ratons was at the time of death. It's a Bluetooth blade! He is sweating bullets! But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Ready! Just before the murder occurred. Oh, yeah. The dragon set piece was up in the catwalk, and that's why it fell. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade in the cushion. Well, wouldn't that make Betty like an unwilling accomplice? Kind of. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Astro, welcome in! Yeah, it was set up in advance. Yeah. He set it up, and let, you know, Betty do her part completely unaware, and he was just somewhere else. Or, you know, he was at the studio. Oh, then that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up to the cushion. Yeah, yikes. That sucks for her. Imagine doing something like this for real and then going to court for it or worse. I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Roger Raytons used you. I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around. After the incident occurred, Mr. Raytons arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how did he have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all of those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show. That sounds like the kind. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Raytons, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Oh, shut up! Shut up! Just let him break down! Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. You got any more insults? He can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sadmati? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Raytons retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That's where the bloodstained sword was found, after all. That is a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage, Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time to at last let it go and move on. Yeah. Oh, he is losing it. I am losing it. Are you seeing this, Magnifi Grammary? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Grammary name is done for. Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here. I know, that's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Raytons couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Raytons, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. It's time! Danganronpa moment! As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. What wasn't... The Seppi's falling, but I feel like Bonnie's mistake was... Oh, it's like this, okay. Yeah, Bonnie's mistake was an accident. This is so Danganronpa. I love it. Actually, which came first? Did this game come out first, or was it... Or, I guess Dual Destiny. Did Dual Destinies come out before Danganronpa? I forgot. You said that it's time, like the Yu-Gi-Oh theme, it's time to... Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did she make? Mr... Her life choices? He just keeps going. Like... I love this idea of Apollo just continuously insisting that Bonnie, or Betty, no, Bonnie, whoever, both of them, have to regret their entire career choices. It's so funny. The Old Destinies came first? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It just reminds me of Danganronpa a lot. Fuck, I that was an accident. Whoops. You're right, Apollo. You should never say that a person's life choices are a mistake. Bonnie the thumb equals girl failure. Oh god. I'm sure she can be a great magician someday if she works hard at it. Good luck, Bonnie! Anyway, getting back to the... I didn't know these gave flavor text too! Hold on! Hold on! Well, I mean... Oh, no, wait, no. Oh... I didn't know that these also give flavor dialogue. Well, now I feel like I have to. Oh god, that was a genuine accident. Well now I gotta check, you know, for research. Okay, nothing funny here. That that was a good one. That was a great mistake. Mr. Hat's positioning. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffins instead of the left, Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? The fingerprints on the coffin, blood in the coffin, alright? Yeah. Okay, I think for these ones, I'm only gonna go with the options that seem like they could be funny. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood on the left in the left hole. And that's why he was turned around. Or that's why the fingerprints were the other way around. He just turned the coffin around. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have swapped the coffins. Or swapped the sides, that's it. Don't think that's it. Don't think those were funny in any way. I'll watch both of the clips once we're done here. If I forget, remind me. That's right, the left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and that's just the evidence I need. Look at that forehead. Look at that angry stare. Sorry, Mr. Ratens, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real, no. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? Slam! After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Yeah. And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves that Roger Ratens tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Is it here? Yep. The fingerprinting results? What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the... Okay, no, that's not... That doesn't fit as well. Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his prints should have looked like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script because he wasn't there. The culprit thought Mr. Had would be on the left side of the coffin. And he didn't know the details of the trick, so. And that Miss Wright would also pop up on the left of the coffin, as per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Had was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite to the one Trucy had used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Oh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. Because the culprit switched the two side panels around, the prints ended up facing the opposite direction. Very good, Your Honor. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor. Because of a little something called luminal... I was gonna say it, but yeah. Because of a little something called luminal testing. Ah, right, luminal. I almost forgot. Luminal can detect trace amounts of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Ratens? I did a pretty good job at figuring out your trick, didn't I? What now? If the music's not stopping, then you have nothing. Trucy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence. Oh, that was a quick one. But I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side. Oh my, you're absolutely right. Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sadmati, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are... Oh, didn't even let him finish! What did he say? You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Whoo! Let's go, Apollo! Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with a ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Get his ass, Apollo! Hell yeah! Ow! How does... Are you alright? How did that work? He's dead. Anyway, moving on, ignoring that, as for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it. And someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Ratens. Robbery! All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. Yeah, that was some divine punishment for sure. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been cancelled. Permanently. All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Huh. Oh? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Reyes. Witness a magic far greater than true gramarys. Burn. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames, the great Mr. Reyes. We'll bring an end to you all. And now for the final heir to the Grammary name, right here, right now. You too shall Huh? No, this isn't right. That is cool. Oh, I love this. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? This is an awesome breakdown. Wow. I love that. Wow. This, at least in my opinion, was better than the first case breakdown. Wow. Curse those Gramarys. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss. I'm guessing this is Trucy. Do you really hate us that much? Oh, baby. Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man? You're damn right! You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifi Gramarye, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all from me. But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic is supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder. What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all. I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. Damn. Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see? So in the end, Troupe Gramarye was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy, right? You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn! Don't you dare talk to my daughter like that. Take that, Gramarye! You lose! If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. Okay. This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation. He is, I think someone's lost it. Bailiff, take Mr. Raytons away, and bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe. I wish this shit happen in real court cases. I'd actually watch trials. Same, honestly, same. Wait, if there is one stand area for Trucy and Raytons, does that mean they switch places every time they want to speak to? They want to speak in the back and forth? I've never thought about that, but that's a good point. If they actually go up to the stand every time, I feel like they don't probably. It's just for, you know, to like showcase who's talking, but that would be funny. If they're like they both stand behind or, you know, like next to the pedestal and they just step up and down, back and forth. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down? Miss Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I'm about to announce my verdict. But I see that wonderful smile of yours. The smile of a true entertainer, as I do. Oh, that's sweet! Oh! Yes, Your Honor. Now that this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty! Yay! I wonder what Nyota has to say after this. Court is adjourned. Didn't one time an accused jump to punch a judge? I think it was last. Yeah, there was that one time where like someone like jumped behind or over the judge's bench to attack the judge. Didn't it happen twice even? It happened at least once. Or maybe they tried. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe it only happened once. Ironically, another Grammary defeated him. True. Meanwhile, they make angry faces and exchange whispered swears behind the stand while everyone else listens to the judge or Apollo. Ah, that would be so funny. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Drusy? Trucy. Grazie Dio. I could have pronounced that better, but it's fine. Thank God. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you too. Oh, but now that Mr. Reyes is gone, I'll need to find somebody to replace him. I wonder who. Yep. I don't like the way she's looking at me. Oh, hey there! Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Rayton's used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, we have to take some of the blame for this too, you know? Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used the magic to commit murder, Roger Raytons. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess she really does hate me. I wouldn't be so sure. But Betty, why? You used to be such a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up! I've always hated her! Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself! But Betty, you still have her autograph from that day. Just shut up! Was she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Oh, damn! I never knew that being the best could be so tough. Come on, Bunny. We're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true, so sip it, dummy. Yeah, she's just a very violent tsundere. Holly? Do you think I really am a naive greenhorn? No, sweetheart. Huh? No way, she's not. Man, fuck this guy. Fuck you! Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Rayton said to heart. Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. No, honey! Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn. You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you. Huh? You're a wonderful Grammary magician. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you, Apollo, but what makes you say that? Oh dear God, please tell me I can save. Oh, thank God I can save. I know you're a wonderful Grammary magician because of this. I'm pretty sure it's the notebook. My grandfather's notebook? The Grammary Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troupe's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You are everything Magnifi could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy. God! Ah! My children! These are my children! A great magician? Me? You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Rayton said. Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been alone out there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you. Me? I remembered what you said to me in the detention center. Aww. It's because he believed in her. Oh, my heart. Ah. Your words were what kept me going. Apollo? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be. Trussy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Oh. Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. But why? Look at the sad puppy eyes. Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadmati what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too. You have nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Is something wrong, Emma? Oh. Oh, dear goodness. Oh, dear God. Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Detective Sky? Yes? I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wow, nothing? Nothing? Wait, Prosecutor Sadmati! Trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me? What? Lore! You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Look at his angry face. Angry Nayuta. Oh, I do know. I do know. I know. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you'll excuse me. There he goes. What was that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati? Let's just say we're old acquaintances. Acquaintances? It seemed like something more than that. Yeah, well... You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject. I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now... Come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future. I'm gonna screenshot that. Bam. Sure, if you say so. Da da da. Da 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 da. It's Mr. Wright. Put him on speakerphone, Apollo. Beep. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo, how's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine. Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo. Whew, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you're a real, full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. Oh! A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world! Oh. Man. I love them. I love them. Full-fledged. So, Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right? No. He just asked me to go cheer you on. Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly. The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but... Good, then it's settled. Best seat in the house is gonna be right on the stage. Do we get a cutscene? I should have known. That this is what she meant. Magical girl Trucy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic. Oh, wait a minute. You're kidding, right? What do you mean? You just stepped into this thing, not foreseeing this? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die. Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword? No, wait, stop. No! And that is how Trucy and Grammarlyland ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams. What kind of an ending is that? It is an ending, and it is the end of Case 2. Lovely. Lovely! And that is where we shall call it for today. This was a good case. Oh man. Yeah. Bro just said I'm too young to die after telling her he believes in her and that she's a great magician. I believe in you, as long as I am not involved in anything that you do. Okay. But that shall be it for today's stream. We are going to take a small break from Ace Attorney until next Monday. And the remaining 2 streams of this week are going to be 1, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Collab, and 2 on Wednesday, and 2 on Saturday. We will finally be starting the Pokemon Black Nuzlocke, or soft Nuzlocke, which I'll go into. I'll go into a bit more detail on that on Saturday, like the rules and stuff. But I'm really looking forward to both. And I think it's good. I think I need a tiny break from Ace Attorney for the time being. So I think it's good. We're switching it up a little bit. Anyway, that shall be it for me today. I'm going to go to the bathroom and make myself some dinner. I hope you all enjoyed today's stream, and maybe I'll see you around on Wednesday or Saturday too. And if not, then next week for more Ace Attorney. Stay safe, everyone. Yeah, stay safe, everyone. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your day, night, or whatever time it is for you, and goodbye!